אתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Rabbi Nico is on vacation this weekend, and so it's my honor to be leading services with you and with Gabby and Sarah and Allie.
And hopefully some of our youth choir friends, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So since Shabbat is not a performance, we encourage you to join us in all of the prayers and add your voices as we sing unto God. We continue with lighting the Shabbat candles in welcoming Shabbat, and we ask our youth choir to join us on the bima to light the candles. Page 120, sorry.
Read one of the English passages on page 121. You pick.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may
our lives give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Yay, thank you.
Shalom.
Thank you so much, youth choir.
We continue welcoming Shabbat with Dodi Lee, likening Shabbat to a bride, which we will then continue with when we get to Lecha Dodi later on. So Dodi Lee, page 129.
Dodi Lee, vani lo Shoshanim, Dodi Li, Vani Lo Haroeh, Bashoshanim, Mi Zotola, Mi Amidbar, Mi Zotola, Mi Amidbar, Mekuteret Mor, Mor Ulevona,
Us great joy, and so we sing and we dance and we join together on page 130 in Lechun Neranena.
Lechun Neranena. Shabbat Shalom.
And so we continue with Zamru Ladonai, page 134.
Samru Ladonai Bechinor, Bechinor, Vekol Zimra, Bechatzot, Vekol Shofar, Hariyu Lifnei HaMelech Adonai. Yiram hayam tevel veyoshveiva haidai neharot imcha chaf chaf yachad harim yiraneinu Lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz, lishpot tevel betzedek, ve'amim ve'meisharim. Yiram hayam tevel veyoshveiva haidai neharot imcha chaf chaf yachad harim yiraneinu chaf yachad harim yiraneinu.
Lecha Dodi, which is a prayer composed in the 16th century, is actually an acrostic of the author's name, Shlomo Halevi. You can see by looking at the verses, the first verse starts with a shin, then a lamed on the second, and so on. And so it's easy to remember which verse comes next, except that we don't do every verse.
Nope.
We do the first verse, the second verse,
The fifth verse, the
Fifth,
sixth
sixth,
verse,
and
and the ninth verse.
and when we get to the 9th verse, we will rise and face the door as if to welcome the Shabbat bride. And so you can choose
Page
which
138. Yalalalai lecha dodi. Yalalalai likrat kala. Yalalalai b'nei Shabbat. B'nei Shabbat. Nekabel ayalai. Yalalalai lecha dodi. Yalalalai likrat kala.
Page 140, Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbat.
Speak more words.
Speak more words. A song for the Shabbat day.
Almost.
It is good to give thanks to God.
Especially for water. Okay. Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbat. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Ulezamer l'shimcha elyon.
let them do the Chatz Kaddish?
Yeah. Guys,
Come on, Bryce. Come on, Sophia.
go ahead.
You could do it.
Turning off my
Chatz
mind.
Kaddish. We continue breaking the Kabbalat Shabbat between Kabbalat Shabbat and the Arvit service with Chatzi Kaddish, page 144.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה בעמד יברך יותי בימליך מלכותי בחיי יכונו ויומכון וביי בכל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולמי עולמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח בדבר ויתרונן ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קדושה בריחו לעילא מן כל ברכתם ושירתם תושבחתה ונחמתה תמיד רוממה ואמרו אמן.
We rise for the Baruch Hu, page 146. You may be seated. We read together in the middle of page 147
Read.
in the English.
Read the English.
147 in the English.
147 in the English.
O God, you are as near as the very air we breathe.
Yet farther than the farthermost star, yet
Yearn
to reach you. We seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near,
We
we
are
are
lonely
and alone.
Oh,
Oh, let our desire be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and your joy of presence.
Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim. We continue with Ahavat Olam, page 150.
Okay, apparently it's me. Sorry. Okay. Avot olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha avta. Torah, mitzvot, chokim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shochveinu u'b'komeinu, nasiach b'chukecha, applaud, but that was applaudable. My goodness, you're fantastic. Oh, wait, look what we have here. The Shema, right?
We approach the Shema, which draws attention to our ears. I'm sure our kids have heard before, there's a reason that you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, because you should listen twice as much as you should speak. And, right? Have you heard that? Oh, she's never heard that before, Natalie. Shocking. Listening is an important skill to develop. By listening, we not only hear, but we understand. And so we turn to the Shema and we listen. We listen for that still small voice inside of us that tells us what we should be doing.
Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Who's got their
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'otecha ve'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha ve'shinantam levanecha ve'dibarta bam Beshivtecha v'veitecha uvlektecha v'derech uvshokbecha uvkumecha uvshartam leot yadecha v'hayu letotafot beinenecha uvtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha Leman tizkeru v'yasitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzitiechem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lechem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Emet.
On page 157, we read together in the middle of the page. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from the wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May the earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered at Sinai. We bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcome oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Michamocha, page 158.
1, 2, ready, and ya.
now turn our thoughts to the night as it approaches. The Hashkivenu is our nighttime prayer, asking God to keep us safe throughout the night. It's kind of like that old nursery rhyme. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. This is the Jewish version of that, asking God to keep our souls safe as we sleep.
Sometimes I lay under the moon and thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will pray one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, V'hamidenu Shomreinu leChaim. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, V'hamidenu Shomreinu leChaim. Ufros aleinu, Sukkah shlomecha, v'tamneinu b'etzah tova milefanecha.
We are commanded to observe and to guard Shabbat with the Shamru, page 162.
It's right here. Ready? Ready? Okay. We need a what? What is? No, we never do. Oh yeah, we do. Never mind. I'm wrong. I'm super wrong. I'm so sorry. Ready? I have like a million things going on in my brain right now. I want these kids to look good. So that's what I'm thinking about. Okay. V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. איי איי איי, Thank you so much, Youth Choir, for doing an amazing job and helping me out up here.
We now turn our thoughts to the Misha Beirach, asking God for complete and speedy healing for those in need of healing for their bodies, their spirits, those who suffer from addictions and other difficulties. If there is someone whose name you would like to mention, we'll go around the room. Please add their names. To those mentioned, we add the names of Jim Matkinson, Kayla Bailey, Bob Fox, Ruby Goldberg, Nat Goodfriend, Gary Gruber, Sylvia Hernandez, Sidel Jazz, Callie Katz, Rachel Lacrosse, Jan Lewinson, Sam Lugger, Jack Mandel, Phil Marcus, Alan Miller, Fran Rose, Jack Rose, Maurice Schenk, Fran Sherman, Elaine Sokol, Alan Solomon, Elaine Solomon, Marlene Spiegel, Georgetta Wedner, and Bill Wilson. Together, we join in the words of the Misha Beirach, page 371. We add through those names all those who have been affected by Hurricane Harvey. We pray for healing and the strength needed to sustain all those losses. And now, to temper the sadness, we turn to gladness, and we do our monthly anniversary and birthday blessings. So if your birthday or anniversary is in September, Gabby, please come on up and share with us your good news. It's on? It's on? No, it's not. No, it's not. Is it? All right. It's very killing me softly with. Yes. All right, we have the backup band here. So that's right, you're a September baby. I remember when you were born. I remember when you were born too. Not you. Not you. So, I weren't there. So, tell us your name, your age, if you so desire, and the date on which this earth was blessed with your presence. So, we're going to start with the newest. Who are you?
Juliet.
Juliet what?
Blue.
Roblero. And how old are you going to be?
5.
When?
September 20th.
All right. Big 5. Does that mean you're going to kindergarten? Oh my gosh. Okay, you.
My name is Sophia Wartzer. I'm 11, and on September 7th, I will be turning 12.
My name is John Goldman, and on September 18th, I will be 42 years old. That's right. I'm singing and dancing later.
Okay. Hi, I'm Gabby. Hi. And my birthday is the day after yours, or the day before yours, sorry. I can do math, the 17th. And I will be 24. I'll be 24.
And so when we have something to celebrate the first time in a year, we do a beautiful blessing in Hebrew called Shehechianu. So, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehechianu v'kiyemanu v'higianu Lazman Haseh. Happy birthday. Are there any anniversaries? Nobody got married. You got married in September? You could make one up. Lovely. And I'm going to add, turned me off. I'm going to add that today is my daughter's birthday, so happy 35 to Rachel. Okay, so now my turn. So I have a story for you tonight, and at the end of the story, I'm going to ask you to tell me what this story has to do, possibly, with our world today. Asher was the wealthiest man in town, but he had not always been so. Some years later, Asher had found a sack with some leather strips, some string, and some buttons inside. The buttons turned out to be gold, and Asher turned out to be very rich, and very rich indeed. Asher was wealthy, but he was also quite stingy. A more miserly individual never existed anywhere. It was said that Asher made his wife sign a contract every time he gave her money for food or for clothes. It was said that he collected the crumbs left over from a meal and ordered that they be used again in the next day's meal. Pretty bad. It was said that when he wore holes in his shoes, he did not throw them away. He had all the good leather saved and made into shoes for his children. Everyone in town knew of Asher's reputation for stinginess. So when it came time for the rabbi to ask Asher to help a family that had no money to buy wine and candles and food for the upcoming holidays, the rabbi knew he had to have a very clever plan. The rabbi waited to visit Asher on a very cold day. Hard to imagine on a day like this. The wind was howling and snow was blowing everywhere. Even the cats and dogs that usually roamed the streets found some shelter. No one ventured outside. Rather, this day was one for extra wood in the furnace and someone to cuddle with to keep warm. Therefore, it was a surprise for Asher to hear the bang of the large iron door knocker. At first he thought that it had to be the wind assaulting the door. Then, when it persisted, he left his seat in front of the fireplace in his study, wrapped himself in a blanket, and trudged to the door. Getting up from the warmth of the fire put him in a more surly mood than usual. By the time he reached the door, he was really angry. "Rabbi, what are you doing here?" Asher snapped as he opened the door. Well, well, said the rabbi, and a good morning to you too. I suppose you might as well step inside, said Asher. His invitation was not very cordial. Well, well, said the rabbi, as if he had not even heard Asher's invitation to come in out of the cold. Yet he had heard Asher. Please, Rabbi, Asher insisted, come inside. The wind is howling and we would be more comfortable inside. Reb Asher, continued the rabbi, as if again he had not heard a word that Asher had said, you know the holidays are coming. Our community will be preparing to celebrate. And Asher was growing impatient. The cold must have made the rabbi deaf, he thought. So he shouted, Rabbi, let's go inside and have some brandy by the fire. Then we can discuss whatever you wish. But the rabbi just continued as if Asher had never opened his mouth. Soon everyone will be out shopping at the market. There is so much to get ready. Still, the time is so festive. It is a wonderful time, don't you think, Reb Asher? Yes, Rabbi, a wonderful time. He grabbed for the rabbi's arm in order to lead him inside. Reb Asher, do you remember the days when you were poor? Do you remember how you felt when the holidays came and you sought to prepare for them? Asher grabbed again for the rabbi's coat, but each time he did, the rabbi would take a step further back onto the porch, drawing Asher further and further outside into the bitter cold. Rabbi, please let us continue this discussion in the house. Asher was shouting now. His face was growing red with rage, even as his body was growing blue with cold. Asher, asked the rabbi as softly as he could, why are you so angry? Rabbi, it's freezing out here, and you refuse to accept my repeated invitations to continue our discussion inside. How long have we been standing here? Asked the rabbi. Too long, cried Asher. But it has only been a few moments, hasn't it? Asked the rabbi again. Once, many years ago, you spent a great deal of time in the cold. You used to go from home to home, asking for money so your family could have food for the holidays. Sometimes you even came to me asking for help. Yet every time I have come to you for help, now that you are wealthy, you refuse me. Can it be that the warmth of your wealth has helped you forget the bitter desperation of your former suffering? The snow and the wind had combined to create an icy frosting to Asher's beard. He shivered and began to recall all those awful days when he would go begging in a weather very much like this. Yes, Rabbi, said Asher very meekly. Until this moment, I had forgotten what it felt like to suffer. You have reminded me. What can I do to help? It is said that from that day on, Asher became a real tzaddik, a very righteous person. Wealth and success can make the memory very short. It's harder to remember the bad times, but every tzaddik does. That's what it takes to be a tzaddik. We Jews are a people of memory. It's not only that remembering connects us to people and events long past, but it is as well that remembering humbles us. We were not born with all the skills, talents of friends or loved ones we have now. Memories of times when we had not enable us to better empathize with those who currently have not. Folk wisdom teaches us a miserly rich man is worse than a pauper. That is even more true when the rich man was once a pauper. In our story, we encounter such a character. Asher has forgotten what it was like to be poor, cold, and hungry, and the rabbi devises a clever scheme to remind us. So what does this story have to do with what's going on in our world today? What do you think, Juliet? Who might be out in the cold and not being able to find food or a place to live? Who knows? Kira. Homeless people, yeah. Who else? Come on, front row people. You know, you've been reading the news. Take it, Bryce. The people affected by Hurricane Harvey. Those people are in the midst of a very hard time. It's easy for us in hot, dry California to turn our backs on those in need. Yet there are many who are looking for ways to give clothing, give food, give shelter. Many churches, and there was even a mattress shop I heard that opened its doors and asked people to come and stay. There are all kinds of ways that we can help. The Jewish community is banding together to help as well. On your little blue program book tonight, you will see that in the square, there are 2 links that you can use to donate towards helping those in need from the hurricane, either through our local Jewish Federation or through the URJ, the Union for Reform Judaism. So if you're looking for a way to become closer to a tzaddik, last week's Torah portion we read, Tzedek, Tzedek Tirdof, justice, justice shall you pursue. We don't become righteous by sitting back and thinking that someone else will do the job. It's up to each of us. And as we approach the High Holy Days in about 3 weeks, we are looking for ways to better ourselves. This is a way that we can do that. May it be God's will. Keni Hiratzon. Amen. Our service continues on page 586 with Aleinu. Please rise. First, Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים עמו, ושכינתו זו בגובי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו עירוב, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, והדתה היום, והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת עינו, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Thank you very much, Gabbis Noam and Lila. Thank you.
You may be seated. We now draw our attention to those who no longer walk this earth, those we hold in our hearts, those listed on our program books. We look over the Kaddish list at the top and we see names. Each name has a story. We look at the yahrzeit list. This is the anniversary of their passing, and we remember them by name.
Melvin Gilbert, Leslie Hirschfeld, Charles Cates, Lena Nordenberg, Ira Burkowski, Adele Klasky, Mildred Schaefer, Lydia Kalish, Ben Levin, Sarah Levin, Stephen Sackler, Minnie Schechter, Louise Sills, Phil Goldberg, Alfred Solo, Alan Subeck, Diana Leverton, Alvin Pollock, Peggy Seldine, Daniel Weinberg, Eliza Zaga, Leonard Kremen, Jerome Weinberg, Neil Andrews, Julian Collender. And we're in the Sloshim for Judy Weiss, who was a longtime temple member, Leonid Smakyak, uncle of Felix Livitz, Sid Jacobs, the husband of Elaine Jacobs and father of Janice Goldberg, and Maria Zelda Walker, friend of Sarah Douglas.
If you're in the Shiva or Shloshim period, please rise. If you're in the first year of mourning, please rise. If you're observing a yahrzeit this week, please rise. If you would like to support those who are standing, you may do so, and join them as they lead us in the Kaddish on page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon uv'chamechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael b'agalau v'isman kariv v'imru amen Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam l'almei almaya yitbarach v'ishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh Vitadar, Vitale, Vitalal, Shemei Kudusha, Brichu, La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei Shlomo Rabba min Shmaya, V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, V'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all who mourn, to which we say, Amen. You may be seated. Just a few notes to bring to you. Tomorrow morning, of course, is our Bagels and Torah. Even though it is Labor Day weekend, we will still study Torah. And at 10 o'clock will be our regular Shabbat morning service. The office will be closed on Monday, as will ECLC, and then all the summer cobwebs go away, and we are making a beeline towards High Holy Days. You should have received in the mail your High Holy Day handbook, which has lots of information. We are very excited that this year all of our High Holy Day services are here. We will be having seating in the sanctuary social hall. We will have new chairs. We're going to be moving the pews out, and we'll have one of those chairs throughout the social hall sanctuary, and we're very excited. There is information about where to park, because parking will be a challenge, no doubt. But we're looking forward to coming home for the holidays. If you are not part of the TBT family but would like to join us, just see me after services and I will tell you what to do. You can also look on our website for the TBT handbook, the High Holy Day handbook. There is a lot of information in the scroll that I believe was mailed out yesterday or Tuesday, and all kinds of things happening here in September and October. To usher in the High Holy Days, we will have Slichot on September 16th, beginning with a dinner at 6:30, program, 2 workshops led by Rabbi Nico and myself, our annual Men's Club Ice Cream Social, which is actually, I don't know if you know the history of the ice cream social. We had a member named Sid Feinberg who owned an ice cream shop in downtown Fullerton. It was called the Ice Creamery. It was right next to St. Mary's Church. And one year, back in the 60s, he said, I'd be willing to donate a tub of ice cream for Slichot. And that's how the Ice Cream Social was born. So we've had ice cream socials. You were there, Susan, I think. We've had ice cream socials every year since, and it's something we look forward to. The shofar will be blown, and this is the Hebrew month of Elul, which means that it is not too early to start wishing those around you a Lashana Tova, a Happy New Year, and making amends with those who you have on your mind. Lots more going on here in the months ahead. The High Holy Day season is full of calendar items that we will share in days ahead. So we finish our service tonight with Adon Olam, page 625. As is our custom here at TBT, we rise and we join arms to become one congregation, one family. Youth choir, please come on up and join us.
We're done here. 1, 2, ready. Adon Olam Hashem Alach B'terem kol Yitzir Nivra Leknasa V'chefzo Ko Atar Melech Shemo Nikra Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol V'Adam Yimloch Nora V'hu Haya Shabbat Shalom!